Hey, welcome to Roast Mortem, a.k.a. the How Was Your Week show. My name is Tom.
Oh, no.
I'm Travis.
I will be your Cody for this evening.
Mike didn't make it this week, guys. I don't know if he even knew we were recording, because we're on off hours, and he's been in a hole. He's been very depressed about his Dogecoin.
Well, he's not depressed about his CSGO coins or whatever they do. Those kids do. Skins? Like the show?
Fake knives.
Yeah, he's buying Skins, the show on DVD. Pirated.
Which one? The British one or the American one?
The British one. Only the first episode, over and over again.
Wow. Sound investments all around.
This is why you guys gave him his that money, all that money. Look, if you don't know about the money thing, that's okay. Listen to a different episode. This episode's about weeks. This episode's about getting going. Okay, guys, right? Cody, how's your week?
Oh, good. I got dose number 2 coming up the day after tomorrow. As far as I'll have all 5 Gs.
Dose number 2. Now that's kind of redundant because dose is 2 in Spanish.
Yeah. Okay.
So you got number 2 coming up. Pretty happy for you.
Yeah. Interesting. I've never thought of that.
You should do it while you're pooping. Because then you're like going number 2, you're getting dose.
I like that.
I like it. I like it as well. All right. So you're going to be able to cruise the States then. Am I right?
Yeah. And go actually leave my house, leave my state for a little bit without being put on fucking quarantine coming back in. So that's fun.
I just imagine your house is Hawaii. Like all of it.
Yeah, it's fair. It's fair enough.
Does your backyard look like Donkey Kong?
Without the mine carts, yeah.
Okay.
Which is the best part of Donkey
mine
Kong.
Carts?
No, there's no mines. The water table's too high in fucking Hawaii. We can't even have basements.
I thought Hawaii was Minecraft.
No.
Tom, how was your week?
Oh, thank you, Travis. Speaking of no basements, I'm still down here in Savannah on the last leg of my little stay. I have seen no basements here in Savannah. I have checked out several houses. I'm going to be the richest man in the world once I move down here. Gabby and I are shopping. I did figure out one pesky problem while I was down here. Pooping.
What's wrong with pooping?
Yeah, what's going on with that?
I discovered how you don't have to do it anymore.
It's lots of protein?
Well, I'll tell you how. So, Gabby and I were going between hotels because we're trying to bounce around. We're trying to be in different neighborhoods while we shop. So on the last leg of the tour, we decided we'll go stay downtown. Obviously, we're not living here. This place is like Disneyland, but for sick men and women. So, well, hold on a second. Disneyland is for sick men and women.
Yeah, what's the redundancy?
Yes. Disney adults.
What I mean to say is booze hounds. It's all for the booze hounds. Okay? We're not living here, but we're staying here for a couple nights. On the way, I've had a tremendous workload recently, just unbearable. I had to fire someone today. A lot of fun.
Was it Mike?
No, it wasn't. It was a real firing, and I destroyed a woman's life. So...
No wonder you're so fucking chipper.
Yeah. Tom, it looks like you're in a great mood.
Guys,
there's so much color in your face right now.
I'm a capitalist now, guys. 100%. I've no longer I've stopped all critical thinking. I'm firing people and I'm moving around. But speaking of me being a capitalist, I take care of myself by using social programs like the library. So between one hotel and the next, I stopped at a library so I could work at a table and have some internet. So I'm there working, and all of a sudden, the old eggery starts to revisit my butthole, if you would.
Okay.
Lots of ham and eggeries down here. So me and Gabby are working. I go, hey, I'm going to go to the bathroom. As you do, you let Gabby know what's happening.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to scare anyone.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, also, she might worry, and then she'd poke her head under the stall, be like, Tom, are you okay?
Right, exactly.
She might get brown in her face.
So okay, well, not mine. Okay, so what happened was I walked into the bathroom, and there seemed to be some kind of greeter there.
Oh, no.
There was one pooping stall, and it was occupied, and the man was waiting to get in there, okay? He was waiting, but he was also waiting for me, because he got in my face and started talking to me, and he started asking questions like, hey, man, what do you do? What do you consider success?
Oh no!
Oh.
You have like a bathroom philosopher.
Yes. And he starts asking the questions. He goes, what makes you happy? Is it family? Is it God? And I said, look, man, I really have to go to the bathroom. And
That makes you happy.
And I see that you're next here, so I'm going to go somewhere else. And he was just like, oh, dude, what'd you have for breakfast?
Too personal.
You're going to smell it in a second.
I'm not okay with this.
I was so caught off guard that I told him. I said, I went to the ham and eggery, sir. And he said, oh, yeah, you're going to want to go across the street over there. Good bathroom.
Okay, so he's useful.
All right.
He's useful.
I didn't do that because I panicked.
Okay. Oh,
And I went upstairs. And by the time I was back upstairs where we were working, I didn't have to poop. And I haven't pooped since. So therefore, just get a guy to do close talk with you in your bathroom, and the poop will just go back in your body. Okay?
I got to hire someone.
Yeah. And
I
by the way,
someone to do that.
And by the way, this hotel room I'm in is like an IKEA, and it is finely tuned for reverb. I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm in a coffee can. I'm sorry, everyone. It's what I'm
You
dealing
sound great.
Yeah, we got premium mics here on Russ Mortem, so we don't have
Yeah, we do.
We don't have bad mics like Mike, who's missing.
Yeah, he's the worst. All right, sorry, I just rambled for a while. It's been an eventful week.
We needed that.
Travis, how was your week?
My week's been all right. I'm getting ready to take my cat back across America. So, a lot of people travel with their dogs. I have an adventure kitty. Well,
I like this.
I'm going to have an adventure kitty because right now he hates being in a harness, and he does not like the car. But I'm actually going to go drive up to Hyde Park, the birthplace of FDR, with my cat tomorrow.
Oh, that adventure.
When are you leaving Long Island, Travis?
Probably towards the end of the month, first or last week of this month.
Okay. Well,
But so I'm actually looking at some houses up there because I'm thinking about buying some property in the Hudson Valley, like
Everyone's
typical hipster.
looking at houses.
Everyone they see my hair, they're like, oh, well, you're obviously going to buy in the Hudson Valley.
Of course.
right, of course. And also you're driving a Subaru now, which I think we mentioned on Rem's show. So or when we had Rem on, rather.
Yeah, that.
Right. Very friendly to the lesbian crowd. So congratulations.
I'm ready for it to be ruined with my cat. I mean, I've got all these I've got plastic down. I got this weird special crate that I bought him. Well, there's gonna be cat piss all over it.
Why don't you just throw him in a crate that's really small?
No.
I don't understand.
He needs to stretch.
He can stretch when he's out.
Yeah. just like the rest of us when we're on road trips.
Tom, you don't understand an adventure kitty. You don't understand. He has to be on the adventure. I have a leash for him. I'm gonna take him out. He's gonna swim in the Hudson. You're gonna be a good boy.
I understand.
Yeah, cats love swimming.
I have a newfound appreciation for the venture kitty. Okay, let me tell you why. Because I stayed at a place with not just a mini horse, not just a giant dog the size of a mini horse as well, but several cats that I didn't hate. They were nice cats because they were all outdoor, and they came up and they said, "What's up? I respect your space." I gave him a little nudge on the head, top of my hand. Never.
Well,
at the
I'm
bottom.
just saying. The only time I've seen a pet raccoon was in Charleston. That's like 2 hours away from you, and he was a nice boy. He liked to touch silverware.
You did tell me about that. Maybe I'll stop by and see how he's doing.
That too.
Anyway, guys, I think we should roll on with the show.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Tom, who is a man or woman on the choppy man?
Oh, thanks for asking. So the woman in question is my fiance, Gabriella, because she wrote the script for our subject tonight, which is John Wesley Hardin.
Yay!
So two things. God bless Gabriella's soul. It has been very busy by me, as I mentioned, and she came in clutch. So thank you. Secondly, I will be ridiculing this, and she's in the room, and I'm going to be asking her questions, if I have any. I might be going to Mo, as they used to say on Nickelodeon.
Take it away, Mo.
Exactly.
Oh, I get it.
Oh, God. All right.
But in all seriousness, we are covering a gunslinger, a dirty man from the Old West named John Wesley Hardin.
Oh, I'm hard in the West right now.
Oh.
You know, Westworld, you can fuck robots.
That's what that's there for.
I watched the first episode of that show in a drunken haze.
That's all you need. That's all you kind of need.
That's all I needed. I knew what happened.
Dude, I'm so ready to re-enter the Wild Wild West, dog. I'm ready. I'm already on my giant spider.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
dude.
ready.
Well, let me tell you about
Nylon
this
webbing?
giant spider. John Wesley Hardin is a dirty Westerner, rather large-jawed gunslinger, as I mentioned, who boasted about killing 40 men. But we've only confirmed 25, and by we, I mean some other people.
Any number above 1 is just too many in my book.
Well, I don't think he would agree with that statement because he claimed
Oh.
that he never killed a man who didn't need to be killed.
Oh. Well, everything's fine then.
Your Honor, he meant to be killed. And the Wild West, Wild West, Your Honor, is going to be like, well, I'll see what you mean.
Could you imagine if that held up in court at all? Like trying to get out of a speeding
Current day.
ticket, be like, sir, officer, I have a Camaro, and this road is begging to be sped down. Well,
Look how straight it is.
yeah. So either way, he called himself the deadliest killer of them all. Mostly due to his lack of creativity and love for Disney's Snow White. That's a bit. Now, way more interesting he was way more interested in curating an image for himself, like many Instagram influencers. He wrote a book about himself in prison, and it was published after he died by his kids, and they were pretty upset by the lack of sales. Because the one thing Daddy could have done was provide a little, and he never quite did.
Some bitch.
Right. Born.
Well, that's a big thing. We got Wild Bill Hickok making his rounds as a little sideshow boy. That's what they did back then. They're like, I killed a man.
Well,
Look at me.
Hickok plays a pivotal character point in the story. Okay?
Yeah?
Absolutely.
yeah.
So we're getting into that.
I feel like people do that nowadays, too. There's plenty of people that are like, I don't know, you go on YouTube, it's like, I was a former jewel thief. Watch my video when I talk about The Godfather. Except they didn't even steal any jewels in that.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, Robert Duvall was all about doing law for the man and also stealing the jewels for the man, like Adam saying.
All you have to do is do one thing in this life and then make a YouTube channel. One thing that will get you in trouble.
Can I tell you guys something hilarious that might be a touch personal? So when I asked Gabby to marry me, I put it on really, really like casual kind of conversation. We were talking about buying a house. I'm just like, yeah, you know what people do when they're trying to buy a house? And she goes, are you trying to start a YouTube channel? That was the first thing. That's what came into her mind in the moment I was proposing. So YouTube, get fucked. You've ruined our brains. This is what people do now.
Are you going to start a channel? Is the question.
We're not starting a channel. We're not. We're going to be on Twitch though. We're going to be doing Mario Kart 24/7 on Twitch. Okay,
I didn't know they were
forward.
up there in that sequel number.
Oh, sorry, you got me.
Yo.
Born May of 1853 in Bonham, Texas, son of a good old Methodist preacher, James Gibson Gip Hardin, and
I'm okay with this.
To mother Mary Elizabeth Dixon, who loved Jesus and pole. Now, apparently, she was a smoke show. Maybe like Zwick's mom. I don't know. Imagine her if you know what she looks like.
Shit happens.
Yeah. Shout out to Zwick.
Wait, Tom, are you talking about penis when you say pole?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just want to clarify for the people that might not know what a pole is, like laying.
Thank you.
Laying pipe.
Yeah. If you don't have that northeastern vernacular.
Yeah, it's not laying pipe; it's stacking pole.
Yeah.
Yes. Now,
rebar right up the ass.
Travis, are you smoking inside like some kind of fucking Andrew Dice Clay?
It's my house. It's my house. And guess what? They're going to paint it. And none of the furniture's coming with me. So fuck it.
All right. Good for you.
Smoke directly into the furniture then.
Yeah. Make it leak. Okay. The family did a lot of traveling because his father was, he organized congregations across the country until they settled in 1861 when the Civil War started and travel somehow became worse than it was before. It's not just dysentery. It's not just bush cougar.
Oh, no.
It's also people trying to kill you.
Oh.
So they settled down in Trinity County, Texas.
Trinity County. So the cow, the 12 gauge, and
the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, Holy Spirit.
Right. So, somehow the crucifix has become its own wing in a larger crucifix. I am a fan of this concept and religion.
Okay.
Now, the father immediately wanted to join the Confederate cause, but apparently he got a little sick. He was about to go. He had a lot of talk. He was talking like one of those CSGO players, talking mad shit, and then all of a sudden was like, better go on without me, guys.
Oh, bone spurs.
Right. But
Yeah.
this doesn't mean the man wasn't busy. He was behind teaching. Now, he had started the local boys' school, which, like, to be fair, boys' school back then, science, math, easy, power of God, lot to cover there, right?
That's up there in the curriculum. If you think about it, it really is just one huge ass book report. Catholics, like any type of Catholic school.
And not once does Jeebus mention a monkey.
Well,
I don't know. Maybe is there a monkey in it?
Was Mary Magdalene a monkey? Don't answer that.
Maybe Noah grabbed a monkey or two.
Noah.
I don't think Noah grabbed any monkeys. You can't catch them. They're fast.
Yeah, but they came on the boat. Could you
They
imagine?
just swam.
Could you imagine, like, if the whole Noah thing was real and how many animals he didn't really bother to collect? Just like, I don't know. This is like a type of baboon with a bigger ass that's continuously farting.
Well, he brought mosquitoes on the boat. What type of psychopath brings mosquitoes on the boat?
There's a hole
You
in
probably
that
know
story.
that. You're down in Georgia.
Yeah, it's been pretty good, honestly. Not a lot of mosquito bites, but I am covered in eczema because I'm just so stressed out about buying houses and work things. But that's my life.
Delicious.
That's my life. You guys should laugh at those miseries because I would do the same.
I am
to
on
you.
the inside.
Yes, good. All right, let's move on.
I don't want to pollute the waveform too much with my incessant laughter this episode.
Good. Now, when John was just the age of 9, he made a plan with his older cousin to join the Confederacy because they really hated Lincoln and they were probably into some other stuff that maybe the war was fought over. Really into it. But the dad found out, was just like, you're 9, and punished him for like a long time and beat him up. As you do with boys. He was no stranger to violence. His dad, used to smack him around, and he's seen some real bad stuff. He claims to have seen his first dead body when he was 9. So we're in the true crime territory. So shout out to those people.
Well, also seeing the dead body when you're 9 years old back then, probably not that rare.
Yeah.
I feel like they just brought corpses around. You know what I mean? For like birthday parties, kind of like the bouncy castle. They just like, hey, look, here's a corpse. But you also had to hire the guy to stand next to the corpse to make sure no one like snapped a pinky off or whatever.
Do you mean like, they used to hang people all the time? Do you think they just treat them like piñatas for funsies before candy was invented?
Dude, when people were hanged, it was like common for kids to run up and like
swing on the
ankles.
corpse.
Yeah, swing on their corpse so they could kill the person faster if they didn't break their neck.
All right, so you're calling John Wesley Hardin a bitch, and I could double down. That's fine.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I see one body, and I'm 9 years old. Meanwhile, there's some cockney in London who's like, oh, I seen 10. I'll hang on their shoes.
10, bruv.
I've seen 10 and made 4.
Oh my God. You know what, guys? We're in for a load of shit right now because honestly, a lot of the information we know about this guy is from his own autobiography.
Oh, so like Trump.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of like him, just, one Lord and Savior to another, as some might think.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Oh.
Well, okay, let's start at 14. Let's talk about a little violence here. He got in a fight with another schoolboy named Charles Sloter. Now, they both drew knives. Dangerous.
Schoolboy style.
I remember when I was in school, some straight A, goody two-shoes girl got suspension for bringing a butter knife in for cutting an apple. So back then it was a little different.
Wow.
Tom, we took different school buses because I remember walked around and he was like, yo, I got this knife, dog. And he was like stabbing seats and shit.
Yeah, dude, he was a character. I mean, that guy, I think he got expelled in like 4th grade or something. That was the first time I heard the N-word because he used it all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, this is weird. And then one of the recess ladies was like, "You got to stop saying that." And I was just like, "I don't know." And he kept calling me that in a good way. He was just like, "My N word, my N word." Like we were playing basketball together, and I was like, "What is this?"
Flashing his knife.
He was a friend of mine, and then someone spit on his head, and he beat the shit out of that kid within minutes.
Wow.
Let's continue. So either way, schoolyard rivalries they get. So Hardin gets in a fight with Charles Slaughter. They both bring out some knives, but Hardin was a little more serious about fighting, so he stabbed the kid twice and killed him. Killed the kid, 14.
Wow, okay.
And then he got away with it. Because
That's an escalation.
yeah, they were like, hey, it was self-defense, and the other kid had a knife, and his dad was also the head of the school.
See, I think that he did that kid a favor. Because nowadays, they'd both be serving detention, and that kid that got stabbed did not need to serve detention.
It would have gotten boring.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He really did him a favor by killing him. You know, it's not so much the entrenched poverty or the Reconstruction era of the South that destroyed so many people's lives. Rather, it was detention.
Tom, don't get me started about Reconstruction, because they might have deserved it.
I'm not. That's not the argument. I'm just saying it was rough. I'm just saying it was rough down here. And I'm saying that as if I live down here. Like, old time.
You think your hotel room's bugged or something?
Yeah, no, I really don't want to get killed. Okay, so anyway.
Tommy growing up in the Hilton.
That's me. Now, at the age of 15, he and his cousin decide to wrestle a freed slave named Mage. Now, Mage was named after his owner, Major something. I forgot to write it down. But everyone just knew him as Mage. They lived in a similar area. So this former slave, they get into this wrestling match, and they both won. I mean, the cousins and Hardin and his cousin won. And Mage was pretty mad. They drew a little blood. They scratched his face. He got mad. So he started talking shit. So Hardin went home.
I'm thinking Mage is like one of those D&D kids. It's like, I'm the Mage.
Mage,
Lightning bolt.
Mage is the victim in this story. I'll just throw it out there. He saw.
I know. I'm saying they're punching low. Some D&D kid like, I'm a mage, and you're like, shut up, nerd.
Yeah, but one of them deserves to die.
Yeah, all right.
Now, it wasn't this Mage. Okay, so here we are. Mage got angry. Hardin went home to retrieve a gun because Mage was threatening him.
Whew. Okay.
But his uncle caught wind of what was going on and kept him in the house. He was just like, dude, stay in the house. No gun. No shooting, okay? Leave Mage alone. You already fought him. He's mad at you. Next day, Hardin goes riding into town, right? And Mage spots him. Now, allegedly, Hardin could have been stalking Mage, but the official statement is that he went down to town to go do something, and they ran into each other. So Mage grabbed the horse by the bridle, and Hardin pulled out his Colt 44 and shot Mage 4 times.
Wow.
Now, Mage died the next day. A few people found out before he died. But here's what's kind of funny, which I kind of see this in today, and you could draw your own parallels. Now, what happened was that a little white kid, 15-year-old, shoots a freed slave in the South in a time when it was it was actually bad to be black. Like, there's no argument there. This is not political. This is people got killed all the time just for being black, you know?
Right.
Like, no politics here. In comes the politics on the other side of things. Now, Hardin believes that because the South lost the war and that all the cops were now on the Union side, is that he was going to be wrongly prosecuted for self-defense. So he goes
but the
into
cops
hiding.
are still local cops.
Yes. Absolutely. Realistically, nothing would have happened. There wouldn't have been any persecution for him killing a black guy at the time. As fucked up as it is, that's what happened. But he claimed that he went on the run because he kept saying it. He's just like, they're going to come after me. These Union rifles are going to come after me. No one was coming after him. So he went on the run for like a couple of years, right? Just hiding in bushes and in under tubs and stuff like that.
Wow.
For no reason. Just to say he was a rebel. Like everyone else who has a pickup truck on Long Island. Like, they're just saying that they're being prosecuted all the time, and nothing's actually happening. Nothing actually is happening to their First Amendment rights, like, ever.
Dude, the second I start worrying about my Second Amendment rights, which is the right to carry beans in a can and pull concealed beans, eat them under a bridge alone, and the government wants to take my beans away from me, I would live like a real man on the run from the government.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
be worried.
Yeah.
Let me guess, you have, like, the Constitution tattooed on the back of your horse's ass.
Yeah.
Isn't that the weirdest thing that people do this? Now, I'm not trying to get political at all. I just think it's funny that people behave like that. And it's obviously not all people who are, right-leaning, but the ones who are just like, they're flamingly right. It's hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
So this is when, on researching it, I was like, oh man, I know people like this. I know people who actually think like this, that they're being prosecuted for something because Twitter had a hashtag one day.
Mm-hmm.
And in reality, nothing's going to happen. Okay, anyway, let's move along.
Fuck lost causism.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out. I thought that was funny, that was his rationale.
With the government, get me gay with frogs.
Now, he did eventually have a warrant put out for his arrest, but it was because of other crimes he was committing while he was on the run.
Not the murder.
Not the murder. No one would have cared. That's just the honest truth of what happens. So, he was being pursued by some soldiers. When I say soldiers, union occupant types. They're working federally. They're playing cop down there.
Okay.
They had no idea he had killed anyone at this point, but they're chasing him, and he waited for the soldiers to ambush. With a shotgun and revolver, he gunned down all 3 Union soldiers and buried their bodies near a creek. Now he's had a body count of 5. I think he's, I think he's 17 at this point. Now
That's up there.
yeah, this is kind of what he, in his book that he wrote, this is where the people I killed deserved / needed killing. So
Union soldiers?
There were Union soldiers, and the property that he was near was this was in Texas or perhaps Kansas. I don't remember where, but it's down south. And the property where it happened, they were total Confederates. So no one told anyone anything. The farmer was like, yeah, bury their bodies near this creek. Like, he had help.
Right. I mean, that was a big thing during Reconstruction, and even into the 1900s, 1910s, there was this whole like lost cause, like Daughters of the Confederacy and all this shit, and they just thought that the government's gonna fuck us up because they took away our right to own slaves.
Yeah,
They're right, just different. You know what I mean? They were correct, but they didn't show their work. They didn't know how the government was going to fuck them up.
I mean, fucking Confederate soldiers got pensions.
Did they really?
From the federal government. Yeah.
What is that, Bat Pat? Does that technically make the Civil War a scrimmage?
Yeah. It was basically just suicide or dodgeball in the gym.
The world's bloodiest scrimmage happening right here on American soil. Man, I wish we had electricity to cover this one. All right, let's move along. So now he's a full-fledged outlaw. So even though he killed a few people, or rather, even though Law starts catching wind of him being a real troublemaker and taking down the old guys with the, bayonets and Law. Not good.
Mm-hmm.
He's about 5'9", 160 pounds, fair complexion, massive jaw.
Oh, big old jaw.
Hazel eyes, dark hair, ready to take down anyone. He starts quickly associating with other outlaws around the country. He rode with a guy named Frank Polk, who killed a man named Tom Brady, who coincidentally was well known for kissing his son on the lips.
Oh, good.
He deflated his gun a little bit.
Yeah. Needs killing.
Definitely needs killing. Polk was caught while they were hanging out, but Hardin did escape, and he started to hang out with Jim Newman. Not related to Randy Newman, but he loved L.A.
But was it related to the ranch man, Paul Newman?
That's a good question. Did you know Paul Newman was an actor? I'm just kidding. I know Paul Newman's an actor.
He's not an actor. He makes ranch and hangs out with a gorilla on the Italian dressing.
He makes iced tea good. He makes good Oreo fakes. He did it. I don't like
Yo,
him.
but have you ever had Paul
Yeah?
Paul Newman pasta sauce? Traditional Italian, just like a Lanone, huh?
I feel like that was the verbal equivalency of jumping on a diving board a bunch of times to get height, and then just like pussing out at the last second and smacking your ass. You know, like one of those YouTube videos that gets way too many views.
That's what happens to me all the time. That's why I need someone following me and making YouTube content.
Nice. So Jim Newman actually killed. He shot a guy. I don't know if he killed him, but he shot a guy over a bottle of whiskey. So you know that he was the real deal. Now, here's my favorite name for anyone that I've ever talked about on the show.
Mm-hmm.
He started hanging out with a guy named Simp Dixon.
Simp Dixon. All right.
Now, Simp Dixon was his cousin and also a member of the KKK, which was newly formed at this time.
Yeah, KKK, they're all simps.
Pretty much. I mean, maybe the whole division changed their name to Simp Dixon and Simp Johnson, Simp Henrys. I don't know. It's fine. So they killed 2 more Union soldiers together in 1869. Very simple.
Wow, fuck me.
Now, Dixon was captured and executed by firing squad. Now, Hardin was on his own for a little while, so he started roaming around Texas for some time, which you could, in theory, do forever, because Texas is big. Big place.
Yeah, it's up there.
It's big and nice. So confrontations happened as he traveled, very violent ones. These are where, like, the odd numbers come in. Like, you know how I said he claimed 40 deaths, but we only know about 25?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
As he wandered, apparently he was just walking town to town, shooting people. And people knew who he was at this point, because he was pretty young and getting some traction in the old, what's the scene? What would you call this scene? The underground shoot 'em up idiot scene.
Texas.
The Texas scene. So people in Texas started knowing who he was.
I'm thinking that our favorite man, Ted Cruz, probably has a portrait of this guy hanging in his office.
I think
Yeah, giving Ted Cruz a hand job.
Ted Cruz is hilarious. We should get him on the show. He wouldn't know that he's funny. That's what I like about him.
I would love to have Ted Cruz on the show.
I feel like Ted Cruz is like the fifth never talked about of the Stooges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he does have the desperation of Mo in a lot of his delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Really, he's really a nice guy, even though I don't like any of his policies.
You want to poke his eyes?
At my yard sale, somebody bought some Three Stooges beer that someone gave my dad back in like 1995. I hope they don't drink it, because it's probably bad.
Oh, that's a keep on the shelf thing.
Yeah. Anyway, in 1871, Hardin was accused of being involved in a murder of Waco City Marshal Laban Hoffman. Now, waiting for a shave in a barbershop, Hoffman was shot from behind in the back of the head, instantly dead.
Oh,
Okay.
man. So are you putting the pieces together saying that this is our boy Hardin doing this? This is a cowardice act.
Well, this was okay. So this would actually fall into one of his more famous quotes. He put this in his book, and he's well known for this quote. And I think I actually have to paraphrase it because it's paraphrasing
It's
a
too
quote,
hot for
a famous
podcasts.
quote. Yes, no. So he says, "A shot in the front of the head means good marksmanship. A shot in the back of the head means good judgment." So.
I mean, if you want to sound cool, that's a dumb way to do it, but
Yeah, if you want to
Fun.
verbalize a Calvin peeing on anything, that's
on
it.
the back of someone's head.
Yeah, exactly. Insert friend's name here.
This guy's
Edgy.
a weenie boy. This is
Yeah,
a real
So
weenie boy.
edgy.
Guys, he is a weenie boy, but is that our job to figure out if he's of course it is.
Yes.
That's why we bring these people in. And we have fun.
So I'm very into my historical firearms, and I was just watching a video about it's a belt. So it's a regular leather belt, and then in the back, right above your butt crack, there's a small pistol with a cord that goes around right near your dick. So if someone tries to jump you from behind, or if someone goes in the wrong hole, you can pull the cord and bang.
It shoots one out of your ass.
Yeah, shoots the load right out of your ass.
I feel like that would, in fact, take a bit of the ass cheek off of yourself.
It's a small little gun.
Small little gun.
It's more to scare away butt rapists.
Yeah. So if this little butt rapist Hardin showed up and he's, first I'm going to insert my penis into you, then I'm going to put a gun up against that weird lumpy thing on the back of your head.
Well,
you can just pull that fucking dick string, dead.
Okay, so to be fair, it's not like this marshal who was killed in the barbershop was just standing around. He was in the barbershop sitting down waiting for a shave. Now, think about this. This guy probably looks like he's from Williamsburg. He's looking at his phone. He's talking about hashtag this, that, you know? Like, he's just sitting there, gets shot in the back of the head. Now, while it might be kind of funny to watch, not fair. Not fair.
No.
Low blow.
Yeah, come on. Not good judgment. We don't know why he did this, but either way, Hardin was caught and arrested. He claimed he had an accomplice. I don't know why. Only one bullet.
Well, you need someone to like load it, and then someone else needs to like, chamber it, and then the third guy fires.
Well, some guy needs to give him a haircut.
Could you imagine if they used like one of those little cannons that you actually need two people for? You know those
like the little mortar team.
Yeah, exactly. Like the little pipette ones, like the 2.5 foot, like wrought iron shits. That's like you can carry around with two men technically, and then they both lose their hearing on the first shot.
Yeah,
it's America. Fuck yeah.
His head came clean off.
That's legal in Texas. You can own anti-aircraft guns.
That's good. That's as soon as Biden starts flying around those or those extra 5G helicopters, we're gonna want those guns.
Yeah.
Now, this is obviously not the end of his career here. He's caught, but we covered a lot of people who have gotten out of jail.
Oh yeah,
surprisers. It's really easy to do back then because everyone's a fucking moron.
Well, they keep the key right across from the jail. We already went over this. They keep the key right across from your jail cell, and you just have to, I don't know,
plain sight.
Right.
Get your straws from. They serve you milkshakes in jail, and you
Always.
glue them all together with the bubble gum, and then you grab the keys.
You save 4 days worth of cloth napkins, which everyone had back then, making a whip. Nah, he was transferred from Waco, where the murder took place, to Marshall, another place in Texas, while awaiting trial, where he was kept in a log cabin jail. Apparently, the conditions were terrible, but who cares? Because he wasn't there long. He managed to get a pistol from another prisoner. The prisoner had hidden the pistol under his arm, tied it on there. I guess he played junkie. Like, just tie it off, man,
Yeah.
I think you had a typo there. Arm, it's actually anus.
Oh, right. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Autocorrect is a demon. So he waited until he was getting transferred back to Waco for his trial by 2 state police. Then he found his chance. While they were camping overnight, one of them went to retrieve wood, or perhaps suck a dick. Those are both synonymous.
Can never tell.
So, here we go. He kills the one remaining police officer with the hidden pistol and ran out with his horse and hid with... okay, so here's a fun thing. Gabby, listen closely. I don't know if the wording is proper here, but you wrote, he hid with some cousin named Clements. Now, I'm not
sure.
sure.
Nothing wrong with this.
I am not sure if this is his cousin or just some guy named
Some cousin.
Clements, who is someone's cousin, perhaps his girlfriend's cousin. So either way, we have Clements as his hiding space. We're hiding away at Clements's for the weekend.
Yeah, up his anus.
It's his cousin. Okay, Gabby, thank you. All right, so he's hanging out weekend at Clements. Okay.
Do you think they were playing categories while they were hiding?
Oh yeah, either that or ants in my pants.
Could you imagine a game of categories amongst these types of people who are only really like four-letter words are like you done got.
You done got.
Right.
Done is spelled D-U-N.
Oh yes, of course. Courts. I just said that.
Clements.
Guys, sorry, I've been in the South too long.
Of Clements.
I know how to spell duck, but what is the plural of duck? I just cannot figure that out. That's more than 4 letters.
D-U-X. Ducks.
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 It sounds like a French word. What's France? It's a place where they make fried taters. Sound real good. Okay. Anyway, enough of that joke. That's really run its course, boys, as we do sometimes on the show.
It's fun.
Now we need to get out of Texas, right? So Clements, the cousin, suggested cowboying on a trail between Kansas to Texas. Oh, excuse me. So I guess it would be Texas to Kansas. So there we go. Hardin's like, cowboying. Yeah, I can get paid to flee the area I need to flee. Easy. So along his trails, he got into multiple gunfights with Mexicans, natives, and probably liberals. I don't know.
It's all in there.
Anywhere between 4 to 8 people dead on this trail.
Do you think that there was people wrangling up a posse to catch this guy?
I don't think so at this point because the rewards aren't very high. See,
Yeah, he didn't kill enough people yet.
here's the problem with the whole bounty hunter kind of thing that does develop around this time is that the rewards weren't very high for people who just killed like one guy.
Yeah.
Now, like you could make a career out of finding murderers and stuff like that. Being Dog the Bounty Hunter, that was doable within this time frame, but this is like the beginning of that. Like the government's not paying, states aren't paying for it, government's not paying for it. So they're like, he's wanted. What do I get if I take him in? Like a Capri Sun and $6. How does that sound? And they're like, no thanks, I got Capri Sun already.
Nobody wants to work anymore.
Yeah, exactly. So no one wants to work anymore. That's the problem. Obviously, that's the problem. So we got a little bit of a love triangle here. Okay. Now this is where the story might come under some ridicule. Might be turning around a lot to my lovely fiance, asking her why she wrote this, but in a good way.
Oh, please tell me this love triangle involves Cousin Clement.
It doesn't, unfortunately. Clement, listen, we don't know what happened to Clements, but let's just pretend that he went to California, he found a lot of gold, and then OD'd.
No,
Okay.
he started Uber.
That's a fake story. So you can believe that. Those at home, you can believe that. You can reference this podcast. No one knows who Clements is. So we're doing the world a service. Now, in 1871, we're in a town in Kansas wherein resides Wild Bill Hickok.
Oh.
He said it.
I did. I actually said it without stumbling. Wild
We got
Bill
Hickok. Yeah, we got Hickok, Hardin, and what was it? Simp Dixon.
Simp Dixon.
Yeah, I feel like I should have a bingo card in front of me right now that's mostly filled in.
Yeah, all dick jokes.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I knew they were all jokes separately, but I forgot that it's all in the same script. So this is all about the cock.
You're welcome, viewers.
You're welcome, ladies.
Listeners.
And some men.
Yeah.
I went to where Bill Hickok was killed in Deadwood, and I do not recommend people get the shrimp there because it is in South Dakota and there's no water nearby.
It's weird.
It's inland, isn't it? It's quite
Mailed shrimp.
Oh,
Local shrimp in South Dakota.
Local simp. We have fun. Now there was an ongoing conflict between proprietaries of a local saloon. One of them was Ben Thompson. The saloon was named Bill's Head Tavern, and Wild Bill Hickok, the local marshal. So the bar owners got into a dispute with Wild Bill about a certain imagery that they were using to promote their bar. Now on their bar was a sexual image of a wild bull on the side of the. It was actually on the side. You walk up and you see this bull with a fully erect penis. Now, I'm not making this up.
No,
this
it's
sounds
just
like
cool.
something. Yeah, this sounds like something I would make up, or Travis would make up, or Cody would make up. But in fact, a man named Bill Thompson did. So they paint this.
Cody, you want to open up a bar?
Kinda. I don't know what kind of bar yet, but let's
We're
hear more.
We're definitely gonna have Rocky Mountain oysters. But Tom, continue, please.
Yeah.
So Wild Bill is a man of certain decencies, representing the town. He goes, "Hey, Bill Thompson, would you please change your mural to something more kid-friendly. I don't think that's the terminology he used. But
Yeah, paraphrasing.
He'd probably say Christian.
But the owners did refuse. So, Wild Bill Hickok's like, I don't take no for an answer. I take yes and I take cock. Now,
Right?
he hires a bunch of painters to come by and hit the place up really early in the morning. Just throw a bunch of paint over it, cover up this massive non-Christian penis. Because we all know Christian penises are just shriveled up little ding-dongs.
Yeah.
And that's fine. That's no judgment.
Hire a bunch of Tom Sawyers back when that was derogatory.
Right. So now Hardin actually rolls into town around this time, and he adopts the name Clements, like his cousin, because he's flying under the radar of the law. Now, he met with Wild Bill one night at a different saloon, and they became friends. The two of them started chatting it up.
Aw.
Now, he was compassionately nicknamed Little Arkansas by Wild Bill.
It's not from Arkansas, though.
Could be. Could be. Especially if you're making up a name like Clements.
Especially if you're making up a name like Arkansas, which is Arkansas.
Oh, they get angry when you say that down there.
So they start having drinking dates, right? They start going out. They start driving cattle. A little bit of that Brokeback Mountain style, perhaps, allegedly. I don't know.
Yeah.
The people hope to turn against Wild Bill. Gabby, I'm sorry this was written strange. I don't know what this means. Well, let's just say that the people who knew who Hardin was weren't sure if Wild Bill also knew who he really was and was just playing stupid and being like, oh, it's my friend Little Arkansas, a.k.a. Clements. Never heard of Hardin.
Interesting.
Also, I'm fairly certain there's probably a rapper named Lil Arkansas.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I like Little Clements.
Lil Clemens.
Just imagine Forrest Gump with like a face tattoo.
Yeah.
Done.
See, no, I'm not even thinking that new. I'm thinking like back in like the 2000s, sipping on Scissorp, Lil Clemens.
Sweet tea scissorp.
Yeah, sweet tea Scissorp, sipping on Scissorp.
Well, that's what these men did together. And also, I must mention that Hardin became good friends with Thompson, the owner of the bar with the bullcock.
Okay.
And one of the tavern owners. That was that guy. So he ended up frequenting that tavern. Now, Thompson had apparently fought for the Confederacy during the war, and Hardin absolutely fell in love with any veteran, really. He would never shoot a veteran.
Wait, but he'd shoot Union soldiers.
Well,
Or presumably
yeah, but
veterans.
they're the government's agents of evil.
Sure. Spends
Now,
2 goddamn
also-
weeks in Georgia.
Also, it's really funny that these men are hanging around this bull penis bar. Flash forward, little do they know, there was a prophet to come around about 100 years later called Harvey Milk. And he defined those types of bars.
Yeah, he was milking them out. He was the Wild Bill Hickok. Anyway, so apparently, while out drinking one night, Thompson whispered into Hardin's ear about Wild Bill being a Yankee supporter.
Uh-oh.
And that he actually hated Texans, even though they were in Kansas at this time. Now, Hardin saw where he saw that this was all hot goss. He saw that there was they're just trying to drive a rift between me and my good friend Bill Hickok.
Bastards.
And he had no interest in fighting someone else's battle. To which he replied to Thompson when he said this. He said, if Bill needs killing, why don't you kill him yourself?
Oh.
Okay.
Now, they used to play a game called 10-pin, which is it's basically bowling, but different. I have nothing else to say about it.
I thought that was the same game, honestly.
It kind of is, but also it's not, because bowling requires little animations of bowling pins telling you how to do it right.
Yeah, you need that.
Right.
And pitchers, not tankards.
That's
There you
right.
go.
So Hardin had his guns out, even though he was supposed to be disarmed when he was in the city limits. What you're supposed to do is that if you have them on you, you got to hide them in your hotel room or something like that. No one asks any questions if you don't wave them around. So while Bill happened to be in the tavern, while Hardin had his guns on him, and he told Hardin to put his guns away. A little bit of a rift started happening, but the two exited the bar peacefully. And then Hardin was reluctant to hand over his guns. While Bill actually was like, look, Hardin, I know you're my friend, but I got to arrest you now because you won't give me your guns. So Hardin was just like, wait, hold on a minute. Hold on. I'll give you my guns. So he walked towards Wild Bill and he handed to hand them over to him. But in a quick turn of events, Hardin quickly spun them around in his hands, and Wild Bill was forced to surrender his own gun.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
The reverse card in Uno. Fuck.
Yeah, exactly. It's called the road agent spin, or the curly Bill spin, or the 2 gun barrels to his face, suck his whole cock spin.
Oh,
I
no.
didn't write that. That's something that
It's out there in the universe already.
Oh, look at old
Right.
curly Bill spin. I like that one. But also, like, can we pause for a second?
Sure.
We're in the 1870s now.
yeah.
So they didn't have concealed carry back in the 1870s in cities. And flash forward to 2021, and people are like, I can't, you can conceal carry in most cities in America. Not
Yeah.
New York.
Forward.
Forward thinking there. I don't know which way is forward, to be honest with you.
Nah, no one does.
No, I'm trying, but you know, I don't weigh in on that one particularly because I know it's, I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway.
It wasn't contested in the Wild West, assholes.
Right. So, okay, guys,
Yes.
here we
Yes.
go now. So, Gabriella, who just left the room, so this is a perfect time to read this bit.
Okay.
She decided to make a little novella of what happened after this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to read this.
do it.
Wild Bill and Hardin on the side of the tavern were now being surrounded by an angry mob. Because Hardin was friendly with the bar owner, Thompson, the crowd thought that Hardin would be on the side of the whole bull penis conflict, which Bill was very much against. They started encouraging Hardin to kill Wild Bill, who was now staring down 2 pistoleros.
Those are words.
Two fucking hot iron bars.
God
Yes.
damn it.
Fucking ready to shoot hard.
Ready for some friendly fire, if you would.
Yeah. This is all going over about a bull penis. Keep going, Tom. I'm
Right.
excited.
Wild Bill begging, "No, please. Now is surely not my time to pass into the other side. I have so much life to live, and so much yearning in my heart."
Good.
Oh.
Hardin looked at Wild Bill, narrowed his eyes. He thought to himself about his past transgressions, whether it be merited, mattered not. The entire situation was surely... the entire search... help, now leave it. The entire situation he was in surely did not count as self-defense, and he had enough witnesses to say otherwise. And both he and Wild Bill were trapped by society's conventions and expectations. What were they to do? In a moment of passion and nobility, Hardin yelled to the mob, "This is my fight alone. I will murder the first man that fires his gun into the air." He paused, flashing his eyes at Wild Bill with a knowing look, correcting himself. This is between Wild Bill and me only.
Oh, a little Brokeback.
Yeah, Tom, that was so homoerotic.
Well, there's more. There's about 6
okay.
pages of this one. It's actually the majority of the script.
Oh, well, you know what? The quarter, 6th point, fucking hard, dude.
Fucking hard. Hard in. It works very well. Wild Bill,
Yay.
choking on his surprise, decided to compliment his new ally.
Yes.
"You're the gayest and quickest boy I ever did see." Why did you write it like this? This is you just use the word gayest like that?
This is magical. I love it.
Okay, so Gabby's saying the term, he actually said, "You're the gamest and quickest boy I've ever seen," but she fixed it and wrote gayest.
Thank you, Gabby.
So that's when an idea popped into his mind. A strange, wild, and appallingly wonderful idea, excuse me. It was probably also a dangerous idea, since it would put them both in a perpetual state of wanting more. "Allow me to buy you a drink."
is
Oh,
happening?
imagine hearing that. You're looking down
Just
a
doing
couple.
sound effects here.
You
Yeah,
better be.
Travis is like doing full Foley over here.
Yes. So Hardin had a sinking sensation that his fate had just been sealed. The two got into a private room, and the drinks started a-flowing. And not only did the two become allies, they started kissing each other on the mouth.
Hey,
Now that
you
might
like,
be embellished, but
You-
they did drink later that night in a private room.
You like guns, I like guns. Let's be friends and touch guns. If you have a bigger barrel than me, maybe you could put your barrel over my barrel. And we could
the
say,
gauge difference.
we could say, Tex and Doc together tonight. Right
Tex and
underneath the
Doc.
bull penis in the full moonlight.
The Texan Doc.
It's
You
the
try and go ahead.
it's the clunkiness of the story that makes it funny. It's not so much
Conky, yeah.
about the clunkiness.
Oh.
Not so much the fact that we have two dirty cowboy rustlers about to beat each other up in ass. It is different.
Let me tell you, I've been into one of those old saloon type, like when I was in Deadwood. I was in one of those like original saloon type, like hotels where there was like a casino downstairs, and it makes for some great gay sex in those rooms. I'm just saying. They had a claw foot tub.
Those are cool.
Yeah, you just need to put a little grip on the bathtub.
Look at these poppers from 1872.
It's just cocaine in a vial.
Now, historians read this story, they read into the story with a grain of salt. Now, us being historians, I'm going to read into it as this is gold. This is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's truth. It's freedom.
There's Ethereum, dog.
But like amateur historians, they kind of look at it like a Harry Potter romance fanfic on Tumblr. Okay?
Does Tumblr even exist anymore?
No, I think they took all the nipples off of it, and now they're done.
All right.
Bad move.
But I see
Always
what you're
need more
saying.
nipples.
I'm Team Hickok.
So, in short, we know this story, possibly the less gayer version, from Hardin's autobiography. He could have wrote Bridgerton, which apparently is a show. I haven't seen it. This is Gabby's joke. I hope it went over for you at home because I can't gauge it on anything. I haven't seen the show. Is that fair to do? Of course it is. I'm in a hotel. I'm speaking the truth.
You're drinking $2 water.
I'm drinking a $2 water and a $10 whiskey. And it's 1.5 liters, so I'm having a good time.
I
Guys,
think they need to make Bridgerton Western. I'm just saying.
I would like it. I'd watch it, even though I haven't seen the original. Okay, you know what sucks about when you're in a really sleazy hotel? Not like the one I'm in now, but the last one I was in.
What's that?
Your neighbors. When they're snoring, you can hear them through the wall.
Yeah, but when they're banging, you don't need to pay for porn.
Yeah, but listen, when
Ew.
they're snoring, you
Ew.
can hear them through the wall.
Ew!
And the reason I say that is it's a fantastic segue into the next bit. August 1871. Hotel at the American House Hotel. Oh, so many. All right. Sorry. At the American House Hotel in Abilene, Texas. He noticed that one of his traveling buddies that he had been drinking with all night, who was in the hotel room next to him, was snoring up quite a ruckus. Now, he and one of his other buds were in the room. So it was two of them, and they're both awake, and they can hear this guy snoring, and they're like, what the fuck? Like, that's really loud. So him and his buddy start yelling at him. They're like, dude, roll over. Dude, stop it. Stop. So they're yelling at him. He's not waking up. He's drunk. So they're like, yo, you know what would get his attention? Let's shoot through the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's the best idea, right? So we shoot him through the wall, be like, oh, wake him up. It's a loud thing. He'll stop snoring. Maybe that'll give us enough time to fall asleep. So they shoot through the wall. And you know what's on the other side of the wall?
A snoring fuck?
Yes. And they shoot him, and he's dead now.
That's
So
the
problem solved.
That's the 1870s CPAP.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
I'm really glad, like, I know I have a snoring problem, and you guys have, like, firsthand experienced it. Thanks for not shooting me.
I would never shoot him.
Thanks for just, like, kicking me in the neck until I rolled over.
Of course. What do
Like,
friends do?
Drawing. Yeah, thank you.
Well, you know, Tom. I mean, Cody, what you don't know when you're sleeping won't hurt you. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, tell that to this dead guy.
Well, yeah, exactly. He might have different thoughts. So they shot their friend as a joke, and he died. So I guess this is what you get with the most deadliest man in Texas. You can't just hang out with him and be snoring. You got to be silent. But
Deadly
also, if you're
practical
too
jokes.
silent and you walk around a corner, he's going to shoot you. So don't
Yeah.
be that silent. Okay? Anyway, even if it was an accidental killing, he wasn't supposed to draw his gun within the city limits, so now he's in trouble. So even if you can explain it away like, haha, it's a joke, it's a goof, and he could get away with that. And back then you could explain things away like that. That's how weird things were at the time. Like now you could do everything right and get a ticket in the mail and not explain it away. No, I didn't do that, officer. Oh, well,
The ticket says you did, though.
We're gonna have sex with your mouth. Anyway,
I didn't pull my penis out at Dunkin' Donuts, sir.
that wasn't me. It was me. Making a quick getaway, Hardin left in his G-string and harness through the window and jumped into a haystack, and he actually slept there. So he made a quick getaway where he pretty much just rolled out of a window and was just like, far enough. And then covered himself with a barrel of hay. I'm not making the G-string thing. May have been. I have to check with Gabby. That may have been made up.
No.
But him rolling out of a window to escape potential problems and sleeping in the hay directly below the window, that's factual. He slept there.
Solution.
And at daybreak, he ran out of town, and he ran into a cowboy who was coming in. He was probably showing off his new horse, and guess what? Hardin stole his new horse, ran away. Body count.
Check out my new horse. It's one of the best horse. Hey, how much horsepower you got on that horse? One. It's a good horse.
Real nice horse. It's good stuff.
Check out its beautiful mane. I use mane and tail, what the ladies use on their hair.
Nice.
It's a good product. Very good product. Now, he's involved in multiple shootouts, including with a police officer. His body count's now 19. Another 2 police officers, 20. One of them survived, and he made a run for it. Now, settling down with his beard. In 1872, he married Jane Bowen. They had 3 children together. He was injured in a gunfight, and thinking he was going to die, he turned himself in. Because he's like, I'm going to turn myself in. Also, he took some of the reward money for being turned in. So I think it was $400 to turn him, to capture him. So he went to a sheriff deputy that he knew who was friendly with him and was just like, hey, take me in. Splitsies on this. Give the rest to my family.
I'm just imagining him like he's got like a lasso around his waist. He's like, I caught him, sir.
And he's holding,
he's like holding it out in front of him. I got him, sir. That'll be 1,000 pesos, because that's me.
Now, the warrant was out for his arrest for shooting the guy in the bedroom.
Right.
But they had a lot of charges that they didn't post. So when he went to jail and realized that maybe he wasn't going to die and saw the other charges stacked up, he was like, oh no. And he ran. He got the fuck out of there. He did another prison break, which was really easy back in 1872.
Just roll out of your bed into the next haystack.
Exactly. It's all about the haystack and having, like, I used to think that game Assassin's Creed was garbage. I still think it's garbage, but jumping into hay is fun. And he made a career
especially
out of
from like 900 stories up.
Yes.
I'd do it.
No, he was doing it
But
from
also,
the story up, dude.
It's so easy, guys. If you go to jail, all you have to do is order Uber Eats to your jail cell. When they show up with your pepperoni pizza, you climb into the heater box that they bring you. You're out. That's
good.
The modern haystack.
Did they let those guys that far into the jail cells?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, like, get a cake with a saw in it off of Uber Eats.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, actually.
It's like $18 extra, though. So you're kind of you're paying a premium, but they'll get it to you.
I would like the General Tso's combination and a pile of hay outside of my window, please.
Now, I know that there's a dingbat whose dad is in the mafia who listens to this. Now, when I say that, I mean thinks he's in the mafia.
All due respect.
Why not start that business? Why not make a service that anyone could use, and then you put a little, like, promotional code in there, and then you're asking for, like, hey, break me out of jail. Come break me at a Greek prison with a helicopter. Okay? That's happened.
Yeah. Capiche?
Okay, we're getting way off target right now.
No, we're not.
Oh, true. Actually, we're right on. We are right on. In 1873, in the midst of DeWitt County, Texas, of the, what is this? Gabby, what is the Sutton-Taylor feud? So apparently there's a thing called the Sutton-Taylor feud.
Cool.
I think I know that, boy.
What is this? It's the longest and bloodiest rivalry, I guess, between Sutton and Taylor.
Oh.
I think Sutton won, actually. No, I know this. It's what's the family that's in
No, there's more. I was just playing stupid. There's a lot more to read. I can't, but hey, don't let me stop you. Continue.
No, well, there's a famous family that's down like in the South. Who are they? They're the McCoys and the
Hatfields and McCoys.
Hatfields and McCoys. There's another one, these guys, the Suttons and the whatevers. And they fucking did
so
the same exact
professional.
shit, dude. It was during the cattle wars or Wrangler wars or some shit like that.
Okay.
So they were basically fighting over fucking where they could move their utter heavy milk beasts.
Good.
Okay. There you go.
History.
Thank you for your history extras. Animosity between two families in 1868, which had been drawn out for quite some time. We're in 1873 now. William Sutton, deputy sheriff, killed by a member of the Taylor family for horse theft.
Serious shit.
Yeah.
Dude, you steal my Tesla, I kill you.
Mm-hmm. Now, Sutton killed another member of the Taylor family during a bar fight. Now, Hardin joined the feud on behalf of the Taylors, I guess because Suttons were involved with the law, which were union cocksuckers, bootlickers.
Oh, good.
Right.
Oh,
so
no.
he was introduced to these people by none other than the famous cousin Clemens.
Oh.
35.
He's the real hero of the story.
Yeah. Now, there was a huge, basically a roid rage session where a bunch of guys got together and drank Monster Energy drink and loaded their guns and shot them off, and 35 people dead. We do not know how many people Hardin killed, but we do know 35 people dead, and Hardin claimed more than he probably killed.
Yeah. It was like he claimed that he killed 52, even though it was only 35 people.
Could you imagine if just but Hardin, it's only 35 people. 45.
Yeah.
I said 35 people. 55 people.
Some of them
dead.
were Siamese twins. I like this episode because it's just one huge math problem. You know what I mean? It's he killed 2 deputies, but 1 survived.
I never really understood algebra until this clicked, and I was just like, oh, he's the X. We don't know anything about him other than he's cross-eyed.
Yeah, he's the asinine schmuck in line at the store who's actually buying 47 Granny Smith apples for no reason.
Yeah.
Yep.
X is going to give it to you.
Exactly.
Hard.
So the 26th of May, 1874, his 21st birthday. Oh, that's how young he is. He's doing it. He's doing it, guys. His troubles finally catch up to him. In a saloon in Texas, drinking for his birthday, him and his friends got into a fight with a deputy sheriff, Charles Webb. Hardin was able to run away again, while some of his friends, the Taylors, which I previously mentioned, were arrested. Some of them were even killed over a bar fight.
They couldn't get to the nearest haystack in time.
He traveled from Alabama to Florida, killed more people, police and civilians alike, and was captured in Pensacola in 1877. So 3 years on the lam, this time with serious heat. So he's got to lay low and live on lizards and stuff. He was brought back to Kansas. Kansas. He was brought back to Texas this time around because they were like, we had enough of your shit. You killed people here. We're going to take care of you. So.
Not in a good
I
way.
got diarrhea. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
What
I can
happened?
feel it. It's bubbling, dude.
Oh, you got bubbling
I don't know.
piss?
I ate something weird today.
Wow, that's the first that kind of break.
Well, why don't we keep the show going again, Cody? I like this practice.
Yeah, we can do it, even though Zwick cuts it out.
It's fine.
Cody,
what'd you eat today? You were eating scorching.
Scorching Pringles, and then I had... What did I have? I had the Kahlua pulled pork sandwich. They use coleslaw as a condiment.
That's
like
good.
that.
I'm actually a fan of that.
Yeah. I don't know why it's not more fucking commonplace because crunchy mayo.
Crunchy mayo.
That's what that is.
I got a sandwich here that I'm looking at right now. I'm going to eat it as soon as I'm done. Then we're going to go out.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're staying downtown, so I'm going to get fucked up tonight. I'm going to be a bro. Me and Gabby are going to go find some bachelor parties and just trip them.
I like this.
Yeah. No, downtown it's goofy as fuck, man. It's fun. It's like a weird, like, cut rate New Orleans that's slightly cleaner.
I'm gonna be going through there.
You're going to New Orleans?
Yeah.
Dude, when are you going to be down there?
Maybe a week or two, because I'm heading down there on fucking Monday, and I think we're spending like 2 days in like Florida, and then we're gonna go to Nolans.
Your timing is fucking terrible. We could have actually met up and done a show together.
I know. Maybe.
Because we're leaving on Friday. But we've been here for almost 3 weeks now.
Yeah, that's kind of why I didn't bother coordinating, because I thought you'd be up and at 'em.
Oh, right. No, I mean, we were only supposed to do 2 weeks, but we decided to.
Good?
No, yeah, that was the new Burger King chicken sandwich. Didn't sit right.
What'd they do to it? What'd you do to it?
They say it's like more real, but let me tell you, it's more liquid.
Dude, they leave the beak in.
Yeah.
They cut you open from the insides.
Yeah,
It's had to
Travis
relieve
felt
the
that.
pressure, you know. I could feel it was brewing, and I'm free balling, and I'm wearing pants that would leave
The
a mark.
RE20 is a very small pickup sound, but we heard all of it, Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we might leave that whole break in the show because me and Cody were chatting. And we like to tell
Yes.
people what's doing. So, Zwick, feel free to leave that in or not. Now,
Destroy
let's get back to our boy Hardin, who's definitely hard to be finished. Last year's, he was only charged for Webb's murder, but he got 25 years for that.
As you do.
He got into a lot of fights in prison, but eventually
As you
became
do.
like prison boss. Unsuccessfully escapes through tunneling through an armory, so they caught him.
Ooh.
And he was convicted of killing for an older killing that he was at. He was convicted of an older killing that resurfaced later, which added 2 years to his prison sentence. So he's got 27 years in the can now. He's got to deal with that.
So many fucking numbers this episode.
A lot of numbers. Well, very confusing. If you guys are confused, well, you're just entering my brain. Remember, X gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
As Travis said.
This episode is pretty much like that movie with Russell Crowe, and like Tom is Russell Crowe.
Is that
He's made a lot of
300? That's a number.
Yeah.
300 or Miracle Man. Both of those are numbers.
Right. Both of them very intelligent numbers.
Yeah.
I'm basically, I'm a combat style Rain Man. Okay.
I like this.
I can't fight, but I can duck until you fall over me, like some kind of Mr. Magoo who keeps getting brought up on the show. Big fan.
I love him.
He's just blind. That's his shtick.
He's their mascot.
You know, some people are like, oh, Bugs Bunny's funny because he's like really smart and witty, but like Mr. Magoo's just blind.
That's a superpower, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
man.
basically Daredevil, but he doesn't need to move as much as Daredevil.
I like
But he
Mickey
chooses
Mouse
to
because
anyway.
he's funny and he has a good time and he's warm and welcoming and he can present things and he's drives steamboat. I like
fuck
Mr.
that.
Magoo because he's blind.
Yeah.
I like Wimpy because he's fat.
Hey, Marvel. Hey, Marvel. You want to build on your universe? Get the
No.
rights to Mr. Magoo, Ziggy, and Family Circus.
Yeah.
You know Aardman, the people who did Wallace and Gromit and all that shit.
Yeah.
No.
You know how their facilities went on fire in like the 90s and then
Yeah,
they
it all
lost
burnt.
everything? That's what I want to happen to every production company today. Just let's start fresh.
Yeah.
Torch in Alexandria or 9.
Yeah, I'm not calling for any deaths. I'm just saying let's all start fresh. Let's maybe get some new characters in here. Maybe have some fun.
Tom's Hollywood
Okay.
Genocide.
Hollywood Genocide. That's my new podcast.
Arson. It's arson if no one dies.
It's my new podcast. We release 7 episodes a week.
Oh, no.
In seasons.
All right.
What
so-
season are we up to, guys? Every podcast has to have seasons.
Oh, we have to
One.
have seasons now? I thought we were more like Howard Stern in history. He never had seasons.
Dude, Howard Stern was perpetually on season 69.
Oh, good point. Well, we can be on season 69.
4.
There's no bigger numbers Then 69 that starts with 6.
That's right.
Dude, Mario 64 with ray tracing.
So anyway, let's get back to Hardin. He eventually adapted entirely to the prison life. He started writing his autobiography, which I've mentioned several times. He became superintendent of the Sunday school, so he started teaching his daddy's work. Okay?
Wow.
He studied law books while he was in there. At one point, he became ill, and he was bedridden for 2 years, but that didn't stop him from
Holy fuck.
cracking open those law books and keep it going. So Texas governor apparently through a bunch of appeals and writing letters to Texas governor pardoned Hardin for being a good boy after 16 years. So he got off 11 years early.
Oh, for the murder.
Well, what do you think were like 1880s Texan law books like?
When Gabby and I were discussing this part about him practicing law, I realized that anyone could do it.
Yeah. It probably was just like, did he kill him? You should argue that he didn't kill him. And then at the end of the chapter it says like carpe diem. That's Latin.
I can't argue with that. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Neither can I.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. It's like, well,
Travis would make an amazing old-timey lawyer.
I'm saying I'm going to get one of those weird ties that aren't really ties, the Colonel Sandals ties.
oh, the
Oh,
bolo?
Lawless.
Get a bolo, dude.
He doesn't know what the name of the thing is. Okay.
That's fun.
No,
look,
Colonel Sandals doesn't have bolo. He has like that,
that bow tie. That weird bow tie thing.
like an undone bow tie.
Yeah, it's just a bow tie that's not tied up. You want to sit on this pause for a long time?
I'm thinking
Yeah.
about it. I'm thinking about my choices in fashion.
Neck fashion.
That's good. So he gets out of jail, and unfortunately, while he was in jail, his wife passed away. And when I say unfortunately, I'm saying that as condolences, as people die. I don't think he cared that much. He didn't really see her over the course of their whole marriage at all, ever. Her brother was also a killer, and she was from a pretty rough family, so I think she was kind of like what you would call a modern-day lot lizard, okay? So when she died, everyone was like, goodbye, Jane. So he did use this in his favor when he was trying to get out of jail. He was just like, look, man, Judge, I got 3 kids that they need help with it. Okay? So
I am not the father, but they need help.
Right. So never once before did he show any interest in taking these kids to Six Flags, let alone kissing a boo-boo better. But all of a sudden, his wife dies. He goes, oh, bingo. My kids who are 16, 21, and 22, they need my help.
Wait, Tom,
to be taken to Six Flags.
Right.
I'm getting confused with the chronology here. Maybe I'm not, but you said he became a Sunday school teacher and then a lawyer. So he was in jail as a Sunday school teacher?
No, yes.
Yes.
No, it was for the prison. Like he was doing the Sunday to all the other people.
Because usually when I think of Sunday school, I think of children. I'm just like, go down to the local church. Here's your felon that's going to teach you about Jesus Christ.
Now, Travis.
I like that.
Travis,
That's actually a good idea.
Travis, you're a demon spawn. You wouldn't know how this works. Now, you do mass, right? You do the whole mass bit where there's like, we start it up, we do the homily, we do a reading, we do we
Yeah,
do
that's
the
when
Eucharist.
my skin starts to get itchy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, same here.
After that, there's a whole Sunday where God said you shouldn't be working. So what do? You fill it with Sunday school. And Sunday school requires a Sunday school teacher. And Hardin became that for his inmate brethren.
Or you have a Sunday orgy.
Well, that's called working, my friend. And look,
That's called twerking.
Yeah.
look, a lot of these guys who wrote the Bible did anything to escape banging their out-of-shape wives at the time. It's just what happened. They were like, Sunday, I need a break. I can't do it no more. This is a Jewish accent because this is where it comes from 2,000 years
Fill a
ago.
boat up. I got to get all these animals. Don't ask me questions, honey.
Exactly. So those who wrote the Bible, they needed a break from banging their wives. They just were like, well, I could read more for the day. So anyway, church back then, it was like, hour and a half of the mass, and then
It's too long.
and then some people would participate in Sunday school. There's that. I went into that way too long.
nerds.
So the wife has passed away. Where are we at? So he passes the bar exam now. He's gone and passed the bar. He read the whole label on the back of the shampoo bottle and passed the bar.
Damn it.
So again, 1870s. That's the origins of the limbo. He just passed the bar. He was able to duck under that bar.
Throughout his
Now
fucking
you're
back.
a lawyer.
Could you imagine an old-timey Texas law? Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack go under
goes.
candlestick all around the limbo clock. Hey, what's the, I don't even know the words. Hey, let's
Where
do
you going?
the limbo rock. There's a song about the
Macarena.
limbo. No,
Yeah.
there's another one. It's not as well known.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. My client did not rape that woman.
Wait, hold on. This is old-timey law, so let me rephrase that. Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall, something like that. That woman deserved a raping.
Oh,
Seriously, this is a lawyer who wrote a book who goes, I never killed anyone who didn't need a killing.
yeah.
So here we are. This is the mindset of a man who's become a lawyer, and he goes around and he opens a couple practices, but unfortunately, he never really escapes his name of being the slinging dickhead that he truly was. So, so he was able to get a few jobs, but then he would change his name so people wouldn't know who he was when he came to a new town. He would present his
The good old fucking days.
start his practice, and someone would find out who he was. Now, one person who found out who he was a 15-year-old girl.
I don't like where this is going.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of funny, to be honest with you. The way this wraps up, it's pretty funny.
Okay.
All right.
It gets funnier, Your Honor. Hold on.
Right. So this 15-year-old girl, who is the daughter of a local business owner, is like, hey, I just met a 42-year-old man, and he's really cute. It's kind of like Crystalia. It's like one of these things. Like she's like he is so fun and cute, and he's like,
Aha!
Objection, Your Honor.
What's your...
right. So they start seeing each other, and back then people would get married in like no time. They'd be like, "Oh, you're the one for me," and it's just like, we met at 4:00. It is 5:30.
At an Olive Garden.
Right. So they meet each other. I guess she tells her daddy, who's the local business owner, "Oh, you gonna marry a lawyer? That's cool. Marry a lawyer." So they get married like one weekend. Just bingo bango. Done.
Boom.
At the end of the weekend, Hardin brings this 15-year-old girl back to her parents and goes, "I don't want her anymore. She's too fucking annoying."
Did you save the receipt and box?
Look, we cannot judge a lot of the things that are happening here. Yes, they're gross, they're disgusting. But can we be surprised that he's returning a 15-year-old girl?
I mean, that's what I don't get about pedophiles. You're gonna deal with that fucking nonsense? That fucking
Yeah,
kids just suck.
they're hard to be around. They're know-it-alls, and they
No
fucking
jokes. No jokes there.
yeah, not a joke. Either way, that's
Oh my goodness.
well. All I'm saying is that your
Refunding.
feelings on it, all feelings aside, no shit, you're gonna return a 15-year-old.
Did
It's
he
defective.
remove the stickers and stuff? Because I mean, I don't know if it's returnable after that.
Now that's
Return the
dirty
label.
talk that I cannot cover here. I don't know. No, actually, I don't know. I looked into it. The book I was in kind of was just. It was fairly innocent. Like we're obviously
No,
not.
you
innocent.
know they fucked. Because I mean, that's the reason why they got married. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the reason
Yeah.
why people were like, I love you. I just met you a week ago. Let's get married.
Right.
It's so they could like feel good about themselves in the Christian manner of fucking banging abroad.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Travis. And I don't mean to stand up for this guy. I'm just saying, I like the context presented to me in doing the research
Right.
has me going, ah. So, unfortunately, only a few months in, his old life caught up with him. So he had only been out of jail for like 6 months, and he'd hop town a few times because people kept catching up. He had to run away again and again. And he got into a fight with a local lawman named John Selman Jr. Selman
No
arrested
dick joke, apparently.
nothing. Unless you want to start
Refreshing.
calling your penis the Selman.
Yeah. Or you sell men that are juniors.
So Selman arrested Hardin for having a gun on him within city limits. So Selman threatened Hardin threatened Selman's life, and Selman's daddy heard about this. Now, his daddy, I don't know what you mean by this, Gabby. Who Selman's daddy is?
Why'd you say daddy?
I don't know.
Selman's daddy was.
It's been a really busy week. Thank you for bearing in there, but you're learning something, so keep doing it.
Selman's daddy was his daddy that was at that Buffalo Penis bar.
The power bottom daddy.
Yeah.
Let me backtrack here. So Selman's a lawman. He goes, I'm going to arrest you. And Hardin's like, you ain't going to do shit, and threatens him. So Selman's like, Dad. So his dad's like, oh, I can't have this guy talking to my lawman son like that. So he basically goes down to the saloon where Hardin's hanging out and asks me how he died.
Travis?
How did this hard man die?
Hard man died when he was sitting at the saloon, and Selman Sr. comes in and shoots him in the back of the head. While Hardin's playing
Judgment.
dice. Dead on impact, as they say, or DOA, dead on arrival. Selman kept shooting at Hardin in the chest for good luck.
Wow.
As you do.
Make a wish.
That is the best way for this guy to die. I just gotta say.
It's up there. It's up there.
He was 42 years old.
I hope his teeth came out in his pint.
That would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Now, Selman just said it was self-defense, so he didn't get in much trouble. I think the lawmen were like, we know who he is.
The crater in the back of the skull was self-defense, Your Honor.
Cody, this is before CSI, dude. They didn't understand that.
Yes.
Also, remember the quote I mentioned earlier that Hardin said about a shot in the front of the head is good marksmanship, and the back of the head is good judgment. So maybe Selman had a point, or maybe not, because he was shot dead in a shootout a few weeks later. Hardin rests at a cemetery in El Paso today. Hardin wrote, readers, you see what drink and passion will do. If you wish to be successful in life, be temperate and control your passions. If you don't, ruin and death is the result.
Now,
death is always the result.
Yeah, every time.
Now, I want to tie this in to earlier on the episode here. As you noticed, because I stopped the whole show because I had diarrhea. Now, I think the diarrhea may have been from Burger King this time, but I have gotten a lot of El Paso products in the past.
Right,
like
you are an
taco
El Paso
shells.
guy.
Yeah, El Paso tacos. Ooh, with that El Paso seasoning. Oh my God! But let me tell you, I get diarrhea every time I eat them. I just can't help it.
That's
so.
fair.
Is the moral of the story is that when El Paso, the brand, built their factory, they built it on this man's grave.
Well, he was dusty, and he had a bit iron to his taste. And his blood was very filled with iron, probably from having other men's blood inside of him.
Ew.
I just made that bit up.
I just think this is a typical Indian burial ground, but in this case, it's not an Indian. It's a bastard.
What are we talking about? You're talking about El Paso sauce, which has been, or taco mixins.
Yeah.
Ruining your insides, as they have mine for many years.
And there's some kind of ghost involved.
Right.
Look, the ghost of Hardin.
The ghost of Hardin. So remember, folks, all of our listeners, thank you very much for tuning in. I got to say, what do you mean, what the fuck was that?
That's like, on a scale of like 0 out of 10, that's a 10 on the tangent scale.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a 10,
I had
dude.
to bring it back. Excuse me.
This is paranormal, dude.
Shut up.
We're done. You're done. Stop it.
Okay. Like I said,
can't deal with
like
this.
I said, I'm getting back into it, guys. Thanks for listening to the show. Everyone, you're chewing chips into. You're ruining the show too.
We're fucking done. No, you said we're done.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, sleep tight. Don't snore too loud.
Oh my God.
Patreon.com/roastmortemcast. We are in a transitional phase between me moving around, Travis dealing with all kinds of crap, Cody going across country. The Patreon needs some adjusting, so go check it out if you want. We're trying to get it some more attention. It's been rough.
We'll do it right.
Just go there, look at it, bookmark it. Don't even join. Just bookmark it.
just smell the webpage.
Just look
Set
at
it
it.
as your homepage. You don't have to. You don't have to actually give us any money. Just set it as your homepage.
Yeah, and for everyone who's been giving to us, we're working on stuff. It has been rough. We're our schedules, but we will make everything up to you. By everything, I mean, I
Yes.
think we owe a few bonus episodes, which are always fun. We like doing them.
Yeah.
It's not like we're not
absolutely.
trying to not do them. We're just crazy busy right now.
And if you want to have a good night or a good following day, buy El Paso products.
Shut
He's
up.
doing
All
the
right, we're
thing.
done here. This podcast is brought to you by the Hilton Garden Inn, where
no.
I am currently Wi-Fiing from. In all seriousness, thanks. Thank
Pretty
you,
good
Shane.
Wi-Fi.
Tom, I think they have a really good breakfast. El Paso breakfast sandwich.
Stop it. We're done. Good night. Bye.
Shane. Okay, so up in this town, there was a ongoing conflict between. Excuse me, I got a burp there. You can leave that in, Zwick. I think I sounded cool when I did it. Now there was an ongoing conflict between proprietors of a local saloon and his name was Ben Thompson.
More like
I
bend
actually have
over,
to take that again.
Thompson.
I have to take that again. Guys, real sloppy. Zwick, get rid of it all. We're starting this sentiment again. There was an ongoing conflict with proprietors of a local saloon, one of them, Ben Thompson. And the saloon was called Bill's Head Tavern.
Oh my God! So we got bend over Thompson and Bill's
No.
giving head to hard on.
Right.
You're hearing
and,
things again.
and at this time, Cody,
No.
I know you did the research on Hickok a long time ago.
I did not.
Wait, who did that?
No one did.
Wait, we
got
didn't
Earp
do
a
that.
long time ago.
Oh, we did ERP. Shit. All right, now really cut that out.
Oh,
Zwick,
no.
you actually have to cut that out. I feel really dumb right now. I'm confusing my old westerns.